Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Vampyr. Wir müssen Aloysius Anwesen finden, was sich irgendwie total schwierig gestaltet. Ist es etwa hier? Nein, das ist Frage die Einwohner. Ah, okay. Also müssen wir hier einmal... Oh, da ist eine Ratte. Hier sind ganz viele Ratten.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Also, wir gehen jetzt einfach mal hier rum. Ist da was drin? Ja. Patronen, na also, geht doch. So. Hier auch nicht. Vielleicht müssen wir gleich mal da runter. Gucken wir mal hier. Oder hier irgendwo. Da nicht. Da auch nicht. Gut. Können wir irgendwo hier hoch? Auch nicht. Dann gehen wir jetzt wieder runter. Ach, dieses Ding hier, ne? Das stört mich. Ich krieg's aber nicht weg. So, dann gehen wir jetzt hier runter. Suchen weiter. Nee. Nee, oder? Muss ich da jetzt rein? Will ich eigentlich gar nicht. Ich werde da rein müssen. 100 Pro. Ja, mehr Anwohner haben wir ja hier nicht. Nur die 2, die da gewartet haben, und das war's. Ja. Sonst ist hier keiner. Oder ist hier unten noch irgendwo einer? Oh ja, hier drin. Geschäft freigeschaltet.
Good evening, sir.
Ja, hallo, ich will mich nur mal ein bisschen umgucken hier. Ich könnte dir auch was von deinen eigenen Sachen verkaufen.
I am glad to see you again.
Was? Die kennt mich? Jetzt fragen wir erstmal die Frau.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Ich kann mich nicht daran erinnern, an sie. Oder war das bevor wir übernommen haben?
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Oh, wir auch. Wir wundern uns auch immer noch, wer oder was sie ist. So, da war ja nichts.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Oh.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man, not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Ist sie gesund? Ja.
Good morning.
Also,
Good
ab,
evening, sir.
ab zur Mutter.
Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed. I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Würde ich gerne, ich habe aber erstmal andere Sachen zu fragen.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Sie ist voll am Baggern.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
So, persönliche Fragen.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less
Das kenne ich.
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price, especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often.
Oh, sorry, ich hab's echt gedrückt aus Versehen. Egal. So.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Ooh.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
Okay, Opium, Ergotamin. Was war denn das, was uns gefehlt hatte? Ich weiß es nicht mehr. Ne.
Dr. Reed.
So, gucken wir die Tochter, ob da noch was möglich war. Denn
Good
da
evening,
wurde...
young.
My mother
So. Da war nichts mehr. Da war dann auch nichts mehr.
Goodbye, Carol.
Okay, da kommen wir nicht
Good
rein.
morning. Good evening.
Die sind uns auch keine große Hilfe. Hier nochmal entlang gehen. Nee, ich will ein... Nein. Wir gehen jetzt nicht nochmal in eine Kanal... Nee, da kommen wir ja her. So, da waren wir. Wer ist das? Was? Ach, das ist der Typ, ne? Ja. Warte mal, hier ist eine Tür. Ich suche immer noch die Wohnung von diesem Typen, aber der wird ja wohl kaum in solchen... Der wird irgendwas Besseres haben. Bin ich der Meinung. Oh, alles dicht hier. Und ab da stehen schon wieder diese Leute. Aber hier ist immer noch. Also wir müssen schon hier rechts mal weitergehen. 29. Der ist 30. Vielleicht kann ich mich doch irgendwie unsichtbar machen. Warte, was ist da? Da läuft noch irgendwas rum. Warte mal, warte mal. Oh! Warum habe ich so komisches Brummen? Was? Wer ist unbekannt? Ach, guck mal hier. Der ist unbekannt. Nee. Unbekannt ist unten. Ich will nicht in die Kanalisation. So, jetzt.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Neuer Hinweis verfügbar.
It's locked, all right.
Gut, dann sprechen wir sie eben so darauf an, wenn sie rauskommen. Zack.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic or a war.
Men kill each other while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most. Do you?
Both can be disastrous, and a combination of the two merely increases their potency.
And what if they were just a sign of worse disasters to come? Something of biblical proportions, I wonder.
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you, waiting here all night.
That's quite true. But what other choice do we have? We are waiting here until we finally go.
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Pericles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
Ja, also haben wir bei ihm alles freigeschaltet.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
So, dann gucken wir den anderen Baker. Wenn ich jetzt wüsste, wo der hingerannt ist. Wir haben ja hier unten drunter, haben wir auch noch irgendeinen Typen. Der war ja irgendwo hier so. Da. Und da muss ich auch noch mal nach oben. Aber ich muss jetzt den erstmal fragen.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. But the night is still young, and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
If you finally manage to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left. And I just can't accept such a conclusion.
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Sehr schön. So, wo war das Haus? Ich will wieder zurück in dieses Haus. Wo war das? Hier? Ne, da war mein Unterschlupf. Ach, das ist mein Unterschlupf. Deshalb. Okay, hier unten ist jemand. Wie kommen wir da bitte schön hin? War das hier unten irgendwo? War doch da so ein Eingang, meine ich. Gehen wir da jetzt einfach rein. Ja. Ein Rätsel. Keine Ahnung. Da ist dieser Typ, den wir gesehen haben. Aber was macht der hier unten?
It's locked, all
Klar,
right.
es ist verschlossen. Natürlich. Nichts anderes. Okay, reden wir mit dem auch nochmal.
Again.
Oh.
What are the cards trying to tell us?
Ja, Sammelobjekt.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then.
Oh, I can tell you many things, but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Creepy.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
So fühle ich mich aber im Kampf im Moment nicht.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Prewen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
Love. Pure and unseen. Untold. The two hearts love each other without knowing it. Without daring to admit it.
Okay.
Can you read the...
Put the money on the...
Ja, noch einmal.
Here is the money.
The snake. A bitter woman. Smiling as she pours poison in your cup. A shaming betrayal. Hate.
Wow. So kriege ich... Ich mach das jetzt einfach mal.
Can you read the...
Put the money...
Here is the money.
Redemption. A strong man eager to help and support the weak. A criminal who redeemed himself. A better life. Rebuilt from scratch.
Okay.
Can you read the cards?
Put the money on...
Ich weiß nicht, wie viel Geld ich noch hab, ne?
Sorceress. A heart-shaped trap built to entangle a loved one. Mirrors on every wall to see her own reflection constantly.
Hab ich noch
Can you
mal?
read the card?
Put the money on the table.
Hab ich nicht mehr. Alles klar.
Perhaps...
Naja, einige Sachen haben wir ja dann nun rausgefunden.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. But you will freely accept to be locked inside, full of hope for a better day.
I would rather not know. How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. The pain will never stop.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
So, das hatten wir ja, ne? Ja.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Ja, aber ich will ihn finden.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The Fool and the Empress, again. What are the cards trying to tell us?
Leute, ich habe keine Ahnung, wo ich jetzt hin muss und was hier überhaupt noch... Wo finde ich diesen Mann? Betritt das Anwesen? Aber wo? Wo? Irgendwas stimmt doch hier nicht. Wir werden beim nächsten Mal herausfinden, ich schätze mal irgendwie hier, wo er lebt. Und ja. Also wir werden beim nächsten Mal rausfinden, wo dieser gute Mann lebt. Und sage danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao, ciao.